Rolling.
The state of Counter-Strike 2 is bad. I for one started playing more Dota than CS2, and for context, I hate MOBAs. Every time I ask a player what they think about CS2, they say this. What do you think about CS2?
It's just trash.
How about you, Purple? What do you think about CS?
Palace.
I think it sucks.
And of course the CS YouTubers started milking this whole situation. Huh? What? Most of you can probably agree that the biggest issue in Counter-Strike 2 is the lack of content. In my previous video about CS2, I showed this image with all the official maps that were missing from the game. This video was posted in 2025, and now in 2026, if I were to update this image, it would look like this. Yeah. My issue with this is that we are waiting a long time for the fun maps to be added, like Cobblestone, Canals, Lake, Assault and Militia. But aside from maps, we are still waiting for lots of things, like game modes, achievements, operations, stuff like that. In short, we are still waiting in 2026 for Valve to make CS2 into CSGO. What you're seeing right now is my first premiere match in Season 5. Up, there we go, there we go. Oh, there are two! At this point, I don't know if Valve is truly working on an anti-cheat. Are they trying to use AI to make the best anti-cheat in the world, or do they not see cheating as a priority? Now I have a little bit of hope in Valve because they're currently working on a competitive shooter, so it would make sense for them to make a new anti-cheat and then release it with their new game, but your guess is good as mine. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Valve, please add the shield back in the game. Because I stopped enjoying CS2, I started playing other games made by Valve. I started playing more TF2, I even participated in a video contest.
We'll go chronologically. 5th and 4th place, in whatever order, are Bombish Fuse's Spy Frag video.
And like I said in the beginning, I started playing Dota. A lot of Dota. Now you might be wondering where I'm going with this. Well, the time I spent on those games made me realize something. Valve doesn't really treat the CS community that well. Let's first talk about seasonal events. In the winter of 2025, TF2, Deadlock and Dota got a Christmas/winter update, while CS2 didn't. The only way you can get free items in CS2 is through the weekly drops, but to get weekly drops you need to have a premium account, while in Dota there's currently a massive event that contains a free battle pass, this thing, a crafting station that allows you to get free skins or items, and then you have another free battle pass that gives you those skins, some visual effects, and this thing that gives you a chance to obtain legendary items. I personally got 2 legendary items from this. They're not expensive, but they are legendary and free. Oh, and to add salt to injury, Dota's major, which is called the International, also has a pick'em challenge like in CS, but this one is free and has much better rewards. Aside from releasing CS2, Valve has made some stupid choices throughout Counter-Strike 2's lifetime, and the one that I don't like the most is adding Dust 2 into the map pool. Before Valve did this, the alpha map pool used to have some variety, but now it's just letting players trade cover skins for knives was a stupid choice in my opinion. Making knives cheaper isn't the part that I hate, I actually like that part, but while it made knives cheaper, it also made gun skins more expensive. Starlight, for example, has very noticeable changes, going from a very affordable skin to GTA 6. And this final thing that I wanna talk about may not be stupid, but in my opinion it is, and that is to remove this boost from Italy. The thing that I want changed the most in Counter-Strike 2 is the official maps, because most of them are just copy-pasted. The best way I can explain to you what I'm trying to say is by showing you Cache. This map got a completely new look in Counter-Strike 2. Before CS2, this map looked like an abandoned facility, but now in CS2, it looks like an abandoned city. This Stalker vibe is so good that it makes me wanna play Stalker, and the layout makes this map one of my favorites. Other than maps, Valve needs to give us new game modes in CS2. The only game mode I want from CSGO is Flying Scoutsman. That one is the best, especially on Lake. Now I have some small theories on why Valve isn't adding default agents in the game. First one being Valve is lazy. Another one is Valve might not be adding default agents for balance purposes, because some agents are easier to spot than others. And my last theory involves this agent. For those who don't know, this agent is part of the IDF, aka Israel Defense Force. Now I think we all know about the war, and if Valve were to add this agent in the game, then people will say that Valve supports ENO, but if Valve were to add the other default agents and not this guy, then people would notice and say that Valve supports ENO. Either way, Valve would get in trouble, so if this was the reason why we don't have default agents, then I honestly understand. But like I said in the beginning, I want new stuff, and default agents is one of them. And I know some of you will probably disagree with what I'm about to say, but I do think Valve should add female default agents in the game. Now fellas, cut around, I like to play as a guy as much as the next guy. I personally have a unbroken record of playing as a man in every video game that lets me pick or create my own character, and this type of preference can also be found on girls, but the only way girls can play as girls in CS2 is if they purchase them, and those agents are not cheap. And let's not act like Valve is gonna add, I don't know, Nicki Minaj in the game. They already proved that they could make realistic female agents, but if Valve ever does this, I do think they should let players choose their own default agent. That way everyone gets to be happy. Nobody's gonna be happy. What I'm talking about, I can already see the comments on this and what I said before this, man. Golly. Counter-Strike 2 is, let's be honest, a good game, but it used to be the best game, and I know one day CS2 will be as good as CSGO, but will that day be in 2026 or 2036? Who knows? Anyways, go away, I need to play more Dota.